Our guests today are near and dear to our hearts because the Morning Brew is about coffee, and guess what they do for a living? From New Mexico, Pinon Coffee Company, want to introduce Alan Bassett, Director of Operations, and Tom Altamirano, Sales Rep. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much for having us on.
Yeah, great to have you both here. Your story is kind of interesting, Alan. You are from here, but you moved away to California for a while, and we just pulled you back in, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Well, tell us how that went for you.
Was born here, but grew up in San Diego. Didn't really like the beaches or the earthquakes, so come back to a place where there are no earthquakes, tornadoes, tsunamis. I mean, this is
Yeah, the weather's good, the food's good. Why not?
Absolutely.
And Tom, what's your backstory?
Yeah, I'm a native New Mexican, graduate of St. Pius High School. I've been with Pinon Coffee for a couple of years now. So I actually do the coffee classes that we started. I actually instruct those.
Okay.
So.
Now, coffee classes.
Yes.
What does that mean? I mean, I like coffee, but.
Wow, we got to go to class now?
True. So, coffee is something that, a lot of us are very familiar with, especially those of us that work 9 to 5s. But unfortunately, we don't maybe know that much about it. Mm-hmm. So the class, is basically a 2-hour class, just all about coffee, where it comes from. We'll do a roast demonstration, all of that.
Nice.
Forgive the comparison, but it's like wine. It's learning how to appreciate wine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with coffee. There's so many blends. There's so many strengths and roasts.
You're exactly right there. You're exactly right. Coffee tastes different from different regions of the world, just like wine tastes different. The roast you put on the bean itself gives the coffee a whole wide spectrum of taste profiles.
So what did we learn at Coffee 101? Take us through it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we start with a roasting demonstration. So we fire up our roaster, get the beans going. We'll guide you through, all the different levels of roast. Medium, dark, blonde roast. Then we'll try some coffees from around the world. Then we do a flavor sampling. And then the last part of the class is pretty interesting. It's actually a coffee shop menu sort of 101. So what's the difference between a macchiato and a cappuccino or a latte?
Yeah.
Any of that stuff.
Nice. So do you actually learn how to roast the coffee and do like the little basics of it? Or is it more just the education of coffee, background of coffee?
It's more educational. We have a nice 75-pound roaster, and you'll get to, see how that works and all the interesting aspects of coffee.
Very cool.
Tell me about New Mexico Pinon coffee. A lot of people love the taste of Pinon in their coffee, and how do you blend it? And without giving away your trade secrets here, how do you put it together?
Well, the question that we get the most is, where do you get your coffee from?
Sure.
There's many places between Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia that you can get your coffee from. What most people don't realize is you could get 2 different lots from a country like Honduras, and they'll taste completely different. Yeah. So it's not about where it's from, it's about what it tastes like. We sample all of our coffee before we buy it, because we buy about 40,000 pounds every truckload.
Wow.
So we have to know what we're getting. So we taste everything to make sure that the Piñon will come through in the coffee.
And speaking of tasting, we have some samples that you've brought for us today.
Look at this.
So what do we have here that we'll be sampling?
So this is our most popular flavored coffee.
Okay.
So this does not have any Piñon in it, and they did it.
The handle's stuck.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, see, there we go. So this is the flavored coffee Biscochito, which is our own custom flavor, more towards the Biscochito cookie that we all know and love. So this was developed, I believe, about 8 to 10 years ago with our own special recipe. Even the flavor company that does our flavors for us wants to know it, and we won't tell them. So,
So you have the Biscochito flavor, and what other flavors do you have?
we have over 46 different flavors, anywhere from pumpkin spice to maple walnut to Mexican spice chocolate, coconut almond delight, southern pecan. I mean, pretty much every flavor.
Very cool.
What's the most popular?
Biscochito.
Really?
Is
Yes.
it?
Yep.
By far.
Yeah.
So I call Biscochito flavor the cult flavor because people that like Biscochito go straight for it. They don't care about any of the other flavors. That's what they want. They know it. They like it. End of story.
Now you got into the K-Cup thing too, huh?
Yes, actually on November 1st, these will be for sale. We're the first New Mexico-based coffee company to offer these.
Nice.
What's different about these is, you can go ahead and take a look at these. Unlike the plastic ones that you get, at the store, these are live. It's not totally encapsulated. So this will come in a bag. It's a normal coffee bag that has the one-way valve on it. So this will stay live for over 6 months as long as it stays in the bag. So,
Smells wonderful.
And these are recyclable. You can smell it. It's not like the normal plastic ones that you just have to throw in the trash.
So where will we be able to purchase these at our local stores here in New Mexico? Or how will we be able to get our hands on these?
Online, our retail shop. We will have a kiosk in the Cottonwood Mall for the holiday season, and then at different grocery outlets around the state.
Nice.
Can I ask you about the business of just bringing a product like this to market? It's a lot of work, and you got to jump through a lot of hoops, and you got to convince a lot of people that your product is good or better than anybody else's, and get that shelf space. How did you do it? Can you share that story with us?
It really just took off. We were originally in Costco doing the road shows between the 3 here in town.
Yes. I think that's where I first saw it.
Which is a great avenue. You get to sample. We call it sampling on steroids because we take in our own carts, our own table. It's our people, our brewers, the whole shebang. And it's really just about getting it in people's mouths. Once you taste it, you realize it's completely different from any other coffee. Obviously, we know a lot about Piñon, it being sold on the side of the streets and just having a whole bunch of different uses.
And you guys have been around for quite some time.
Yes,
when
as far as I could go back
is
it's 96 is when the trademark was applied for.
Yeah.
So when you do those tasting events, do you see a dramatic correlation? People taste it and then grab a bag and buy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
it works
very
pretty
high.
well, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Sampling works wonders.
Sampling is everything. Now this is, look at the shot we have up on the screen here. Is this your coffee class
classes?
here?
Yeah, so this is basically the coffee class setup. The 2 larger cups on either side of the folders, those are going to be the single origin coffees. So right now, if you take the class, you're going to get to try some Tanzanian coffee as well as some Costa Rican coffee. And then the smaller cups were the different flavors. So Biscochito or Mexican spice, pumpkin spice, anything like that.
Where's the coffee biz going? Do you see it just evolving into more different varieties, or what's your prediction? What are you betting on?
I mean, we're gonna be a vendor at the Bloom Fiesta next year.
Very
So we're gonna
nice.
do that, and then hopefully in the long run we'll start doing coffee shops. When you put our Piñon coffee through just a normal automatic cappuccino machine, it tastes amazing.
Nice. And just not just your K-Cups, but all of your coffee, can we buy it in any stores, or is everything sold online?
It's online or our retail shop, which is in the front of our warehouse where all of the coffee's made, over by Paseo and Jefferson.
Okay.
So
You can find our 12-ounce bags in just about every grocery store
Okay.
locally around the state.
Are you having expat New Mexicans from around the country ordering your coffee from all over? It's like green chili. People order it.
Yes. Piñon is dear, to all New Mexicans. So we do have a ton of people, who have moved out of state or who have family out of state that they want to give a gift to. So, our bags are New Mexican. They look like the New Mexican flag.
Sure.
A lot of our flavors are Southwestern. Biscochito, Mexican spice chocolate, apple empanada, dulce de leche.
They're a big hit for Christmas. I mean, I know personally I've used you guys like in gift baskets
Yes,
for
definitely.
Christmas.
Absolutely.
So-
Hot markets outside the state where this is catching on?
Texas is a big one. Colorado is a huge one because we're on the shelves in Costco. And then oddly enough, Portland. I think there's a lot of
Portland,
Trader Joe's
interesting.
there, so we get a lot of
That's
people.
interesting.
People will start with the regular Piñon coffee, and then they'll kind of gravitate towards what else we have, the other flavors and whatnot.
That's really cool.
Now, if there was only a TV show that was associated with coffee,
All right.
I don't know. We'll think of one. This is really great. And I love to see local companies succeed like this on this level. You're playing with the big guys and winning, and I like that. It's a great
and it's
story.
delicious
like that
coffee. I'm not just
Yeah,
saying
it
that.
is. It's terrific, and this was a brilliant move as well. These are
Excellent.
real big these days.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we go through a lot of coffee down here, believe me. It's great to meet both of you, and next time I see the coffee in the store, now I know who's behind it.
Hey, there you go, right.
And great to see a couple of young entrepreneurial guys like this.
And all the details
Yeah.
of your coffee or all of the coffee classes are also on your website, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can give us a call or go online and check it out and reserve a seat for any of the classes.
Perfect.
Great to have you both. Thank you.
Excellent.
having
Thank
us.
you guys so
Alan
much.
Bassett and Tom Altamirano with the New Mexico Pinon Coffee Company. Good, successful local business.